So this is the Omegon Argus 25 by 100. And this is probably the second best 25 by 100 that you can get on the market. So the next one up would be the APM 25 by 100, the ED version. So this is very similar to the APM non-ED version in the 25 by 100, the MS, APM MS. So this binocular, very rugged, very clear view, bright view, very sharp. Those are the things that I like about it. One thing that I don't like about it is on the center post here, there's some set screws and there's just a little bit of wiggle back and forth here. So every once in a while they get loose, you have to tighten them up. But it doesn't really affect the view too much unless you had strong winds. But if you had strong winds, the whole system would shake. Anyway, but when you're viewing, they will just kind of rotate here. I have them on the parallelogram, but I really like mounted or image stabilized. I'm not really into freehand viewing. That's just my personal preference for viewing. So I have the Canon 15 by 50 image stabilized, and that's portability, and then this binocular is power. So really I have to choose between portability and power. Now I have on here on the post, I have a bracket here. This is the dovetail plate, and I mount a laser, just inexpensive laser you can get on Amazon, and then that helps for aligning it in the sky. I'm going to take the dovetail plate and then I'm going to put it here on my scope, on my max top. So I'll use that, and just still, I really like the laser for a finder. It's really nice to use as a finder in the sky. This is strong enough and beefy enough that you could put a finder scope on here. You could put another pair of binoculars. You could add anything that you want. So I like these binoculars, but as I said, it's just a choice between power and portability. I like the caps here. So some people don't like how the caps are attached, but I like it. I find it's convenient because they just stay with the binocular, and the cap for the eyepieces fit really nice and snug, so everything stays together. What do I like about 25 by 100? 25 is a nice magnification, so you can just start to pick out some cloud detail on Jupiter. You get a bit of the separation of Saturn's ring with 25 magnification, and then other details come out much nicer. Now I've had in the past an overwork BT 100 millimeter binocular telescope, and that had it was the BT 45, so the eyepiece comes up on a 45-degree angle, and they take telescope eyepieces that slide into it. Now that binocular telescope, and there's an ED version, and APM makes those as well, that's going to run you around $2,000. So this is very close to that view. I probably had the best view of Orion Nebula in the BT 100 by 25. And this binocular comes pretty close. I'm sure the ED version that APM makes is just as good or better. So I think that's pretty much it. That just covers what I like about it, and just the one little, I think if you read on cloudy nights, you'll see that just the little bit, I can tighten these set screws up, but I was even thinking about maybe, just taking this, just post apart and just see what's going on, why it comes loose after I tighten it. But if I'm not going to keep it, then I'm not going to dig it apart and see what's going on. But I think it could easily be fixed with a little bit of tightening or just a little bit of inspection, see why it comes loose. But if you look at reviews, I think that was one complaint, and that's the only complaint that I have. Other than that, it's just a beautiful binocular. It's in mint condition. I've used it about 6 times, and it's just gorgeous views. Like I said, it's just marginally less than like the binocular telescope that you get, and that's why I chose it. But I'm going to go with something more portable still. just with my image stabilized. And I might even sell those too. I have here like little Bushnell Legacy, and I might experiment with a way just to mount those, very light mount that I can use, and just go for something a little bit more portable. Really, binocular like this, you get. I love 2-eye, like compared to a telescope. I much prefer 2-eye vision than compared to the scope, but you can't get the same magnification as you can with a little 5-inch Mac like I have here. But I love the 2-eye view of a binocular. Just can't beat that stereo vision. But to get the best use out of this, and you're going to see, I mean, if you use a 10 by 50 at home, no matter where you are, you're going to see twice, twice as much, or even more, because you've got, quite a bit more surface area here for the 100 millimeter. But you're going to see a lot more detail in this than you will with something like a 10 by 50. But for me, I really prefer a dark sky, and I can't always get out to a dark sky like I want to, and this really just shines once you get away from a bit of light pollution. But as I said, you can see a lot more here. But then again, if I just want to run out for myself, just doing the run out in the backyard, I'd rather just grab my image stabilized and use that compared to this. And like I said, I might put this image stabilized up as well. I like them, but I prefer, like I said, mounted. It's just the setup is a little bit, it's not as portable as for my needs as what I would like. So that's about it, and thanks for taking a look.